Life is generally a stressful grind, punctuated by moments of trauma. Welcome to McBain Moments. So I was thinking about how to manage stress, because life in general is stressful. It's unavoidable. It's just the way it is. And trying to figure out how best to combat that stress is often how most of us manage to handle the things in our lives that go wrong on a day-to-day basis, because there's no such thing as a perfect day. Even the best day on vacation is going to have something go haywire. Traffic light doesn't cooperate, some idiot jumps out in front of you, something's going to go wrong. And how we handle that stress is how we manage to overcome the things that create the overcome the roadblocks that prevent us from reaching whatever success we're going after. And so, just as an example, in my job, occasionally something goes wrong. And so I have to call support to sort it all out. And sometimes we have to do so in a more team environment where we're bouncing things off each other. And other times it's something that they have to coordinate. And other times they come back to me and say, yep, you screwed up. You have to do it all over from scratch. And it sucks. But that's the way it works. And so how you handle those situations, because they're going to be frustrating. You're going to get angry. You're going to get sad. You're going to get, you have to handle those emotions rolling through you, but you still have to do the job. And so figuring out how to use that stress to your advantage, I think, is critical to managing to come through it and become not only a better person, but more successful in what you're doing, whether it's being a YouTuber or your 9-to-5 job, or a journalist, which is a 9-to-5 job, or anything, your relationship. Figuring out how to overcome those stressors or turn those stressors into positives is the way that you become successful in any endeavor. And I've come to the realization that there is no magic bullet for this. It's a lifelong process. You're going to learn things, you're going to relearn things, and things change. So, something that was successful for you a year ago may not be successful for you now in handling stress management, because the type of stress or the source of stress may be dynamically different now than it was then. And that can be true even if the source of stress is a person, because people change. We learn, we grow, we evolve. And one of the key points to evolving is handling that stress that you meet on a day-to-day basis in the proper manner. And trying to figure out what the proper manner is not easy, because we're insanely complicated. I think we use maybe 8% of our brains. And so what the hell do we know about ourselves? But figuring out how to overcome that stress, use the stress as the forge that hones your edge. And yes, I use a lot of foundry, forge, fire, blade work, not euphemisms, but metaphors, because, I'm a swordsman. It's one of those things. Not a blacksmith, would love to be one. Unfortunately, it is not a top priority in my life. I could make the time if I really wanted to, but to do so, I'd have to sacrifice something else. And right now, I'm not willing to do that. So it would be awesome, but I'm not a blacksmith. That being said, I use a lot of those metaphors because that's a good way to relate to what I'm trying to say. Stress is the forge, and it tempers you. And how you come through that stress is critical to how you manage to take the next step toward whatever goals that you're going to. And I would encourage everyone to set a set of goals and strive to accomplish them. I have mine up on my door. 9, because I'm a Warhammer fan, and 9 is sacred to Tzeentch, and Tzeentch was the chaos god that my army followed. I don't play Warhammer anymore. Except Dawn of War. Dawn of War is cool, occasionally. I have 9 goals on my wall, of which I have accomplished, I believe, 3. If If I manage to keep this going for a while, it'll be 4 because I want to keep doing content 7 days a week. The stress of it is how much time do I have? Benefits of a camera, you get to fix your hair in it. How much time do I have? I work a 40-hour week. Not a big deal, but everyone does. We all have to live. Okay, fine. Single parent. Fencing practice and tournaments when I can make them. A Mason. State guard. That's a lot of time. Oh, plus I'm in a relationship. Six things. It's a lot of time. And this one, besides being a father, this is the most important. The relationship, not the thumb. And it's probably the toughest thing that any one of us can manage to maintain. But that doesn't mean I don't stop. That doesn't mean that I stop striving toward those 9 goals. One of which was 7 days a week. It causes a lot of stress, so I use that stress to become better at time management. And to do so, sometimes you got to read. Sometimes you have to watch YouTube tutorials or videos. Sometimes you find an online class. Sometimes you just talk to the people you love and say, okay, how can I better manage my time so I can accomplish my goals and provide you the time you need? And it doesn't always work, but if you are communicative, it'll work better, and you'll manage not only your time better, but your stress. That's all I got. It's been another McBain moment.